What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things not knowing.
At first, I did not fully understand what I was saying. I was just speaking without really knowing the details, but I kept wondering, why is Jay-Z so quiet? While all the news about Diddy was coming out, Jay-Z was not saying anything. He was completely silent. At that time, I did not think much about it. I just found it strange that he was not speaking up or getting involved in any way. But now, everything makes more sense. It is clear that his team was already aware of what was coming. While the world was focused on the accusations against Diddy, it seems like people in the industry knew that Jay-Z would also be facing serious allegations. That is why he stayed silent. He was probably trying to stay out of the spotlight, knowing that his own name might come up next. When you look at how things have played out, it makes you wonder how much of this was known behind the scenes before the public found out. In the entertainment world, people often hear things before the news breaks to the public. That is why some celebrities distance themselves from certain situations or avoid speaking on certain topics. They already know what is coming, and they try to protect themselves before it gets worse. I really hope everything works out for his family because situations like this affect more than just the person being accused. When serious accusations come out, it does not just hurt the person at the center of it. It affects their loved ones, their children, and everyone connected to them. Whether the allegations are true or false, the damage is already done in many ways. People start looking at them differently, businesses might cut ties, and their entire life gets put under a microscope. The accusations against Jay-Z are shocking. They are not small claims that can be ignored. If what people are saying is true, then it is a huge problem. But at the same time, we live in a world where people are often accused of things they did not do. So, before judging him, we need to see the facts. The truth always comes out in the end, whether good or bad. One thing that stands out to me is how these accusations always seem to come in waves. First, one big name gets exposed, then suddenly, another one follows, and then another. It is almost like a domino effect. People start speaking up, more stories come out, and before you know it, there is a whole list of names being talked about. That is exactly what we are seeing now. A while ago, nobody was talking about Jay-Z in this way. He has always been respected, both as a businessman and an artist. But now, with these allegations surfacing, people are looking at him differently. That is the power of accusations. Even before anything is proven, they change how people see you. The thing about the entertainment industry is that there are a lot of secrets. There are things that go on behind closed doors that the public never finds out about until years later. And when the truth finally comes out, people are shocked, even though those in the industry might have known all along. That is why I am not surprised that some people knew about Jay-Z's situation before it became public knowledge. At the same time, we have to be careful about jumping to conclusions. Accusations do not always mean guilt. But we also cannot ignore them, especially when multiple claims start coming out. These things need to be taken seriously, and the truth needs to be found. I just hope that whatever happens, the right thing is done. If Jay-Z is innocent, then his name should not be dragged through the mud for something he did not do. But if there is truth to these allegations, then accountability needs to happen, just like with anyone else. It does not matter how rich or powerful someone is. If they have done wrong, they should be held responsible. It is a tough situation because, on one hand, you do not want to believe something like this about someone who has been respected for so long. But on the other hand, we have seen over and over again that fame and success do not make someone a good person. Just because someone is talented or rich does not mean they are incapable of wrongdoing. Right now, we do not have all the details, so all we can do is wait and see how things unfold. The truth will come out one way or another, and when it does, people will have to face the reality of the situation, whether that means clearing his name or proving the accusations to be true. No matter what happens, this situation is already a turning point in how people see Jay-Z. Even if he comes out of this without any legal trouble, his name is now connected to these accusations, and that is not something that goes away easily. People will always remember this moment, and it will change how he is viewed in the industry and by the public. At the end of the day, this is bigger than just one person. It is about power, influence, and the way things work in the entertainment world. There's a lot that the public does not see, and when these types of allegations come out, they force people to look deeper into what has been happening behind the scenes. No matter what the outcome is, this is going to be a major moment in Jay-Z's career and legacy. Whether he is proven innocent or guilty, his name will forever be attached to these allegations. That is why these situations are so serious, because even if someone is found innocent, the accusations alone can change their entire life. And Diddy and a teenage 13 y older, and we were speaking about just the statement you were saying you felt like that was calculated, that was that the statement is something from you can tell it was written by a lawyer because it's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says you're going to find out like how I'll handle this. They were saying NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Puff was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get sty, didn't he? Was like, yo, he's like, yo, so yo, when we going to get the chance to kick it, like we can just hang out. I took a pill, but it was for me to perform back to remember buddy. I didn't give her a drink till she forget what the __ happened. Jay-Z told Dr. D or Eminem that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl they had a couple years ago, like with Nori was he had a communication. Yeah, that's I talked to the big homies. 50 always been competition. For Jay, remember I'm about $1 what the 50 then remember Jay said 50 Cent is coming 4 months later in the club hit and it was over, and come on 50 is like he's on a whole another level. He came after Jay and Rockefeller gun came. I wasn't in the ad because of a look Jay-Z and him was putting it together, so I think they still harbor some energy towards hold up. Did Jay-Z just threaten to take down 50 Cent? The hip-hop world is buzzing after 50 Cent dropped some explosive revelations in the new Diddy documentary, and it seems Hav isn't staying silent. What did 50 say to spark this firestorm, and is Jay-Z really ready to take the gloves off? Get ready, because this is about to get real. Stay tuned as we break down the drama, the receipts, and what could happen next in this heavyweight rap feud. If you love staying up to date on all the rap industry drama, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Alright, let's get into it. You saying to Eminem that NFL has some issues with me. I don't know what those issues are like. I don't what is the issue. Why I don't have an issue when I'm becoming a partner in the actual team, but they got issue with my performance. He says things he doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. He says something fabulous, and he goes, you know, but me and you, we ain't party like. We need to party. What you talking about? When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. Sean Carter is worse. Oh man, he's smart, he's patient, he's not sloppy. Only one person I'm going on, and I call him Sean. That's Jay-Z. We call each other Sean, okay? Yeah, nobody else could call me Sean. He's the only person single. There's not a single person that should be no outside of my mother, okay? Just should be calling me, yeah. They should be calling me SH. He knew exactly what I meant cause he'd been standing next to something his entire career, right? Stood next to Biggie, you put hot on it. That stand next to the fire, keep war, right? You stood next to Maze, stood next to Jay. Look, Puffy might be the destination for anybody going no, oh no, I don't know that was going on, you know, that can't wait to running him again. See what you going to say to him. Pui was playing with your. Let's dive into this spicy drama brewing around 50 Cent, Diddy, and even Jay-Z. It seems like 50 Cent just can't help himself when it comes to poking fun at Diddy after Diddy's recent arrest on some serious exploitation and are airing charges. 50 decided to take his trolling game to Instagram. He posted a photo of himself from his time on the Drew Barrymore show and threw in a cheeky jab about the raid on Diddy's place back in March. Here I am with the lovely Drew Barrymore, and guess what? I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube lying around at home, he quipped in the caption. Classic 50, right? Lost who come with Jay the part with Jay, I go, oh shoot, like us that had to be there. We get tied up, you know what I'm saying, and united we stand, and ain't nothing else. Black excellence. They in there like, yeah, it's a billionaire BR, like I hate you IW. Have anything going on here? This is the one time I'm going to be with you this music year. Come on bro, this. But I just got a call and Puffy's confirmed 4AL. Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies, and those __ trophies can't rolling in, buddy. He start getting Grammy left and right, but that's not all. 50 Cent has been stirring the pot even more with a cryptic video that's got fans buzzing about Diddy and Jay-Z's relationship. In the clip, 50 seems to suggest that Jay might somehow be involved in Diddy's infamous private events. Now, Diddy's always been vocal about his tight bond with Jay, even mentioning that only a few people including Jay use his real name, but with 50's hints, people are Starting to side-eye that friendship, interestingly, Diddy still prominently displays a photo of him and Jay on his company website Combs Global, showing just how much he values their connection. So what's the real story here? Is 50 just throwing shade, or is there something deep we don't know about? The only person who's saying there's not a single person that should be no outside of my mother, okay? Just they should be calling me, yeah, they should be calling me Sean. I started big when I was 14 years old. You didn't know that, Sean? You're going to beat me in F. I got your boy did by the night. Oh, the yesterday might have got notified a little early cause he was talking about before it came out new is lawyer. Let's not forget this all comes on the heels of Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy, which brought some pretty shocking allegations to light. Since then, it feels like Diddy's been airing out his own dirty laundry, and now Jay-Z's name is caught in the mix. Meanwhile, the long-standing tension between 50 Cent and Jay-Z, which has been simmering for over 2 decades, has added even more fuel to the fire. Remember when 50 called Jay out for buying his way to success, claiming their competition wasn't fair? And who could forget the time 50 mocked Jay for referring to himself as Jov, comparing himself to Jesus? That 2009 Rolling Stone interview where 50 accused Jay of having a king complex is still fresh in fans' minds. Plus, 50 has thrown shade about Jay betraying his own people like Beanie Siegel to climb the ladder. What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z? That was interesting. I didn't when I was saying things not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet like while the Puffy thing was going on, but it's obvious now that they was team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also, so I hope it works out, cause with his family, the things that go on internally, that those accusations are crazy. I've been nominated for 13 Grammys, right? And I have no trophies. That's why I made a statement about Taylor Swift. Like I said, if I was actually updated, he wouldn't come take my trophy, right? Can anyway, MHM. And Jay disagrees. Jay said nobody's scared of 50. That's what the quote was. Was that really? He should have addressed the guy who made him feel like a punk. Like, how rock and roll has punk rock, hip hop has cool punk. Jay's the coolest punk in hip hop. Kanye would not take a trophy from me, neither Jay-Z, right? Neither one of them. What would you have? What? No, we would had allocation, right there. So what's really going on here? Is this just 50 being his casual trolling self, or is he hinting at something bigger about these aced friendships? Either way, the drama is real, and we're here for it. Told Dr. Dre or Eminem that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl they had a couple years ago, like with Nori was he had a communication said, yeah, I talked to the big homies, I hit the homie Jay-Z, right, who is the people that's on NFL, and he said to me, the white guy called for 50 Cent. You say to Eminem that NFL has some issues with me. I don't know what those issues are like. What is the issue? Why, I don't have an issue when I'm becoming a partner in the actual team, but they got an issue with my performance. Makes no sense. 50 always still next to job. Look, Puffy might be the destination for anybody going nowhere. Oh no, I don't know that was going on. Can't wait to running into him again. What you going to say to him? He was playing with your. This is bad news for Sean Combs. Anyway you look at this, Steven, look, I'm going to let you in on a little prosecutor's secret. We all read the media, and there's 2 reasons for that. One of them is prosecutors are vain. We want to know what's being said about us. Are we getting good press or bad press? But the other reason is we want to see what's going on out there. You get leads, you get evidence for your cases from civil suits that are filed, from media reporting, and I guarantee you, if prosecutors have not already spoken with Miss Graves, the first time I ever saw Jay-Z, or even heard him spit a rhyme, was at an MC Battle Street Battle in New York. But he didn't show up as Jay-Z, he didn't show up as the hottest rapper on the street, he showed up as, y'all don't see the lineup? Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next. Jay's is setting Diddy up. Actually teased the project back in early December, around the time Diddy was hit with lawsuits from 4 different women. The first suit came from his ex Cassie Ventura, whose claim sparked a wave of accusations. Interestingly, Diddy quickly settle with Cassie, but the drama didn't stop there. Around the same time, 50 Cent shared a video on X, formerly Twitter, featuring Bad Boy Records rapper Mark Curry. Something, or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too. This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their other things that they going on. It would be issues, and what a celebrity's issues would be. Wait, what is that? They think all celebrities are doing the same thing. Yeah, right. And when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is with that there's an accusation about Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager, and we were speaking about just the statement, right? The statement you were saying you felt like that was calculated, that was, yeah, that the statement is something from you. Can tell it was written by a lawyer because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says like, you're going to find out like how I'll handle this, like, and that's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney. That's not like your publicist wouldn't say those things. This is on your who put that out. Yeah, this is on. Yeah, it says, I don't know what's going on, but are we still going to have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend. Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick. I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way, because look, they will fall back, but they like the NFL. They won't necessarily be associated to that, right? Why do you not insert yourself? But you're on top of every topic, right? Yeah, I'm just watching, I'm participating, I'm being part of culture. I'm just tell you my opinion, right? You're part of the culture. Like, I can't say anything now. I'm going to studio and just sit with Dre, and then maybe I stay out of trouble. Curry alleged that Diddy would spike bottles of champagne at his parties before serving them to women, and here's a cool detail. Proceeds from this docu series are going to support victims of sexual assault. So not only is 50 calling out Diddy, but he's also using this platform to help others. That's a move worth applauding. 10 Now let's talk about the buzz surrounding Jay-Z and Diddy, because fans can't help but notice some striking similarities in how they're being described. Both have faced accusations of negatively impacting the people around them. Jaguar writes, take on Diddy paints a pretty bleak picture, suggesting that a surprising number of people connected to him have either faced tough times, gotten sick, or completely disappeared from the music scene. For someone as successful as Diddy, that's raised a lot of eyebrows. The new L with Jay depart. I go, oh shoot, like us to be there. We getting tighter, you know what I'm saying, and united we stand, and ain't nothing else. Black excellence. They sitting there like, yeah, it's the billionaire brush, like I hate you. IW have anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you this year. Come on bro, a word or a sentence. Eminem the best. Lloyd Banks cool. Tonio that's my boy. Loyalty. 50 Cent the rapper still got it man. 50 Cent the television producer just get going. Future O talent. Nas the best. Jay-Z good business. So they together, but they live in separate SE, and part of the reason why they already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. When Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies, not trophies body. He start getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at this, Lee had one, he show up, he like 20 now, oh he had like 18. Since you been down, look, he had one bro. Hard knock life. You're not wrong. After got like drinking, think the cup. Wait a minute, so you're saying the success is derived from the marriage? I absolutely been treated differently. The accolade, because he's no longer viewed as well like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man, and the biggest ones because of the position beyond. Oh wow, says things he doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. He says something fabulous and he goes, but me and you, we ain't party like we need to party. What you talking about? People say that to me. I get a little uncomfortable when you see Jay the KS put his head down like, while we stuck here right now and the camera's just rolling. Everybody see, don't make like it's just me, man. What you do some like a little fluffy stuff. Like he said something to me one time a long time ago. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You going to make me mess up the W? Let me get out. No, take me. What a guy says to girl. I asked 50 about that, and he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping. Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What, I'm a nice guy. I don't have no beat with Fifth. He loves me. Why can't see that he loves me? You really, hold on, you really think that's hate? He loves me. I don't think he like it. He loves me. I don't think. Did he do it right? You've been heavy on social media. He did it, and I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually, but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parts. So a lot of the celebrity coaches that you don't hear saying anything is because they participate. Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? I'm just not with all that freaky __, like all of the stuff that these, though I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you can say, basic or normal.